Good evening, thank you for joining us for our coverage of tonight's Women's International as Scotland and Spain go head to head at Hive Stadium in Edinburgh. Both sides preparing for the new WXV tournament, which kicks off next month, and if recent encounters between the teams are anything to go by, we should have an entertaining match to look forward to tonight. They've shared 3 wins apiece in their last 6 meetings, although Scotland have had the upper hand of late, winning the last 2 encounters, most recently a 27-22 victory in World Cup qualifying back in 2021. So first of all this evening we can hear from Scotland head coach Brian Eason.
Talk us through your team selection for the fixture.
Yeah, it's been an interesting selection for us because we've had a really good pre-season block, a lot of hard work over the first kind of 3-4 weeks. We had a good hit out against Ireland and Wales, which has given us an opportunity to see players. So like the Spanish game for us is really important for us in terms of a test match, but we're still building towards playing South Africa on the 13th of October in Cape Town for WXV. So yeah, we've looked at a few permutations. We've also looked at some players coming back from injury as well, and some players that need game time. So there's a really good mix of, you know, some experience. There's some young players coming in, and some players who have put their hand up through pre-season as well that have, you know, given themselves an opportunity to perform this weekend.
How does this Spain fixture prepare you and the squad for WXV?
It's great to have that fixture. I think, you know, when you go into any tournament, it's really important that you have, you know, an opportunity to pit yourself against, you know, different opposition with different styles. We know that when we go into South Africa, we're going to play against South Africa and USA, who are both physical sides, but we also know we're playing against Japan, who play that kind of more open style, a little bit faster, and Spain kind of fall into that kind of category. So we know that playing against Spain will be similar to playing Japan. We've watched that game closely and they're both quite similar, so we know what to expect, but it gives us a really good idea of what to expect when they're in Cape Town as well.
You mentioned that it's been a long pre-season. What areas have you focused on specifically?
The way we want to play the game, we know that you know, it's really important that we look after the ball in our own half, but in terms of our kick chase, we know that that's so important that our kick chase is up there in terms of how quickly we want to get the ball back and then get into good attacking areas of the game. We know how, when we play in the Six Nations, we know playing at speed. So we've been working a lot at speed over structure. So playing, you know, a lot of decision making, playing kind of changing points of contact. So a lot of it's been done through a lot of speed, but also some physical sessions as well. So there's been a lot of physicality in terms of contact conditioning, etc. But we know we want to play quickly, and there's been a lot of emphasis around that.
Can you tell us a bit about building the culture of the squad and the team's values that they're carrying into WXV?
Yeah, look, we talk very, you know, openly about being good, hard-working people, about working together. So as one, you know, we've got the strap line with Scottish Rugby as well. As we work really hard, and we want to outwork any team that we play against. But we also know that behaviours off the field are so important. But the players have got to drive that. It's really important that the behaviours off the field are kind of, I suppose, echoed on the field. So as a management team, we just want to see, you know, good training sessions, good prep off the field as well. So the culture has got to be player-led. We really work hard on a player-led culture because, you know, to get feedback, to get discussions around the players is a lot, you know, it's probably a lot more valuable coming from them. It's more powerful coming from players as well. So yeah, we've worked really closely with our leadership group on that as well. So we'll see it grow, and it's continuing to grow, and we'll always tweak as we go along, but we're really happy in the environment at the moment.
And you touched on the fact that you'll be facing different styles of team out at WXV. How important will that be for the next World Cup cycle?
Yeah, WXV is good for that. So obviously, you know, we've gone over to WXV, but we're not playing against any Six Nations opposition that we know quite well. So to play against Spain, to play against USA, to play against Japan, to play against South Africa is a real positive for us. Obviously, a World Cup cycle for us isn't necessarily about just playing against different opposition, but it's also about building a squad, and that's probably the most pleasing thing of this whole programme, is that, you know, we learned a lot in the Six Nations. We unearthed 2 or 3 really good youngsters in the Six Nations. We've brought in another few into here as well, and I think it's probably the strongest 30 we've had, and with that we're really excited at what's to come.
Delighted to be joined in commentary this evening by someone who I suspect is a little less delighted than me, as I'm sure she would rather be out on the pitch, but sadly still injured. It's Scotland scrum half Jenny Maxwell.
It's great to be here, Bruce, but you're exactly right. I would love to be out there on the pitch instead, but it is a pleasure to be here today.
Well, it's good to have you here, and you played, I think, the last time these sides met, was that right, back in 2021 in World Cup qualifying? So you'll know all about this Spanish side. I think there's still 5 players that were involved in that game. You can see the sides in the tunnel just getting ready to come out, and sadly the weather not playing ball here in the capital tonight. Underfoot conditions, of course, in the artificial pitch will be good, but handling conditions perhaps a little tricky. First of all, the visitors. Spain have lost their last 4 matches, but they did pick up 2 big wins in this year's Rugby Europe Women's Championship. 70-0 over the Netherlands and 90 points to 5 over Sweden. And I'm sure we'll feel that they can be competitive tonight.
Absolutely, and we know that Spain like to play a quick game, and we've seen that from them in the past, and we saw that from them back in 2021, but this, I'm sure, will be a different side to that we played back then.
Scotland, well, they clearly enjoy playing at Hive Stadium, having won their last 2 matches here in this year's TikTok Women's Six Nations. 29-21 over Italy, and then that 36-10 win over Ireland back in April. Marsha Real and Flower of Scotland. So first up, the home team. And that features 13 of the starting lineup from that final match of the TikTok Women's Six Nations, the 36-10 victory over Ireland here at Hive Stadium, and also 9 players, 6 of the forwards and 3 of the backs, who started in that win over Spain and Palma back in 2021. Captain Rachel Malcolm with the 6th jersey on tonight. And a dangerous looking back three of McGee, Lloyd and Rowley. And the visitors, featuring 3 players who play Premiership Rugby in England. Cristina Blanco, the captain, also Carmen Castellucci and Olivia Fresneda. Placements for both sides. See the Spanish fullback Amalia Argudo standing with ball in hand, just waiting for the referee and their assistants. Some slight communication issues, I think. Just getting some adjustment to the side of the pitch here. The referee this evening will be Holly Wood, assisted by Sarah Cox and Maria Hightower. As we wait, Jenny, we're getting a great rendition of Loch Lomond. We're being entertained.
If you ask many of the players, this could be their favourite part of the game. The atmosphere really builds, and they love hearing the crowd sing this song, and you know, that kind of weight of anticipation just before kick-off, which they absolutely relish.
It has been a wonderful atmosphere here in the Hive Stadium. The last 2 matches, and we mentioned in one of those, that came off the back of a 10-game losing streak for Scotland, but just those 2 wins seems to have created a real mindset shift in the Scottish camp, and they'll come into this full of confidence.
They really, really will. And in that losing streak that they did go through, they had many close games, and now they'll be looking to build on the wins that they've had recently.
A loud blast on the referee's whistle. It is Argudo who kicks us off. Taken well by the Scottish forwards. Mary MacDonald fires the ball back to her half-back partner Helen Nelson, the vice-captain. Loughborough Lightning player. I think we'll see a bit of kicking in these conditions tonight. Taken again by Nelson. Now Spain decide to run that little chip over the top. Quite get enough on it. It's taken by Meryl Smith, the Scottish inside centre. MacDonald in quickly, uses the forwards, Louise McMillan. Saracens second row. Good drive there by Scotland, taking play up towards halfway. Back it again, it goes to Nelson, sees space across over on the far side, but well covered by Spain. Taken down on the Spain 10-metre line.
Tackle!
It's Mario Del Castillo taking the ball into contact there. Slow ball for Spain. Again, decide to keep ball in hand. The tackle made by Rachel McLaughlin of Sale Sharks. Again, Spain up to run the ball. Still on their own side of halfway. Not making much headway against this Scottish defence. Ball drop but not knocked on. Referee says play on. Tackle made by Leah Bartlett. Now the ball goes loose. Knocked on by Spain. Scrum down Scotland.
Scotland will be pleased with that start. You know, we got into a little bit of a kick battle there with Spain, and you're right, the conditions lend itself to that. I did think that we may see quite a bit of kicking initially in this early part of the match.
First scrum of the game, the Scotland front row, Leah Bartlett, Lana Skeldon and Christine Belisle. Up against Maria del Castillo, the Spanish captain Cristina Blanco and Cinderella Brasic. First opportunity to test each other out.
Stay high.
Fed by Mary McDonald. It's at the feet of Evie Gallagher, who picks up. Looked to be caught in two minds there, looked to her left and then went to the right. And Mary McDonald unable to take the pass, so disappointing for Scotland from a great attacking opportunity.
It did just look like a little bit of confusion there. I'm not sure if Mari gave Evie a clear enough signal, if they'd spoken before that scrum about where the space was, but looked a little bit rushed, and they actually probably had more time than they thought. But it's first scrum over with, settle the nerves, and I guess now it's a big defensive shift to keep Spain in their half.
Bing Bing Vergara, the Spanish scrum half. Ines Bueso and Chousty, her half-back partner. Sends that ball long downfield, taken on the Scottish 10-metre line. Chloe Rowley looking for players outside her, and Francesca McGee sees half a gap, she's through. Taken down on the Spain 10-metre line. Scotland recycle that ball quickly out to Rona Lloyd, who's come all the way across from her right wing. Tackled 5 metre in from the touchline, but the referee Hollywood saying Spain not rolling away at the tackle. Penalty to Scotland.
In Spain's last two games, when they faced Italy and Japan, they really targeted the breakdown, and you can see it again there, them really targeting the breakdown, looking for the jackal opportunities, and I'm sure we'll see more of that. So Scotland really need to focus on those attacking breakdowns, making sure they're getting Mary McDonald some quick ball.
Another good attacking position here for Scotland, unable to make anything of the scrum on the other side of the field. And line it now just on the Spain 22. Ball in from Lana Skeldon, who gets the ball back again and tries to connect with Meryl Smith. Couldn't take the pass, the ball knocked on. So another lost opportunity. Spain now just looking to set up a position. A clearing kick from their own 22.
Advantage over!
Pressure on there by Leah Bartlett and Rachel McLaughlin, but a good clearing kick by Spain takes play up to their 10-metre line.
Again, another good opportunity for Scotland to attack here, which has been a little bit loose, haven't they, in those first two set pieces with the scrum and with the knock-on, and again there with the line-out opportunity. It was a great breakout play. You can see exactly what they're trying to do, but another good opportunity here.
Meryl Smith very dangerous running those lines from inside centre, but the hooker couldn't quite find her with the pass. Again it's Lana Skeldon. Ball stolen in the middle of the line out as she tried to find Louise McMillan. And again it's Spain in possession on their own 10-metre line. Carrying through the forwards. Vergara feeding the ball to a tight head prop, Cinderella Brasic. And now they look to go wide over to that left touchline. Tackle made by Emma Orr, just on the Spanish side of halfway.
Scrum advantage.
A loose pass there by Spain, it's been knocked on. And Scotland now look to play through the captain, Rachel Malcolm. Mary McDonald hits Sarah Bonner, returning after missing the entirety of the Six Nations through injury. Robin back in the tackle, referee saying no advantage accruing, comes back for the scrum to Scotland.
You can see that Spain have really come here to play. Both of these teams need to prepare well for the WXV tournaments in their respective tiers. And we know that Spain like to move the ball. A lot of their players have played sevens or have been involved in their sevens setup. or have been involved at some point. So, you know, they look dangerous when they move the ball wide there, and Scotland have really got to shut that down if they'd managed to do that again.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
So Scotland with the scrum just on the Spanish side of halfway, under
Use
pressure
it.
from the Spanish 8, but the ball comes out. McDonald leading Nelson. Good quick ball again, around the corner comes Evie Gallagher, Worcester Warriors number 8. And that's Louise McMillan, pick and go, and once more it's Manny McDonald just using the forwards, probing, and then looks for space in behind. Spain all the way back on their own 5 metre line. The tackle made by Rona Lloyd, a wonderful chase by the right wing, and pressure at the breakdown. Spain look to have secured that very close to their own try line. Spain again just going to the forwards, set up the position. Carmen Castellucci lost their player. That's a loose pass back, well picked up.
Wherever. 4 blue, offside.
Ines Bueso managed to pick that bouncing ball up. It wasn't the best pass from her scrum half, but dealt well with it. The referee was playing an advantage.
It was a lovely option from Mary McDonald there. She really good vision to find that space and put the ball into it. And in these conditions, like we said, on the artificial pitch, the wet ball bouncing on the grass is not easy to deal with. So really great option there. But again, an easy let off for Spain with giving away the penalty.
So Ines Bueso with the penalty taking play up to midway between the Spanish 22 and 10 metre line. A little untidy with the line out, but it does come back on the Spanish side. Cinderella Barasic just tidying things up there for Spain.
Stop yellow. Okay.
Taken by Rona Lloyd. And then Chloe Rowley sees space out in the left touchline. The ball bounces its way out to Meryl Smith. She's tackled just on the Scottish side of halfway. McDonald out to Lana Skeldon, the hooker this time. Another Worcester Warrior. Back to the blind side they go, when that ball dropped by Emma Orr. She just had her head up, just weighing up the options in front of her, and dropped the ball, uncharacteristic.
Been quite a few handling errors early on in this match already from both sides. And like you say, an uncharacteristic error there from Emma Orr. She's usually so skillful, ball in hand. And Meryl Smith did well to buy herself a bit of time there with that pass over the top from Chloe Rowley. Just stayed on her feet to let her support get to her.
Well, they could see where the space was. The ball did bounce its way out there, but Meryl Smith, very strong. Not the biggest inside centre, but she's certainly a powerful player.
She is very direct.
Don't come out.
Problems here at the scrum.
Control your body weight on this side. Don't come out.
And smiles on the faces. You see there are the Scottish players are certainly enjoying themselves out there. Things haven't quite gone to plan as yet. Still 0-0. 11 minutes on the clock. Scotland have the better of the opportunities.
Bind! Set! Use it!
Pressure coming on from the Scottish pack, but the ball comes out on the Spanish side. Nice tip on to Alba Vinwesa there. Outside centre, tackled on the Scottish 10 metre line. Another tip on, this time by Carmen Castellucci. The Spanish forwards just coming round the corner, making good ground there, punching into the heart of the Scottish defence. Now they go wide, going out to that left touchline. Clara Piquero, Bing Vergara pleading with the referee for a penalty there. None coming, and feeds her captain Cristina Blanco. And Spain work their way up towards the Scottish 22, awarded a penalty.
Number 8 blue, not rolling.
Scotland not rolling away at the breakdown.
Yeah, we had smiles on faces at the scrum, the set piece before, but I'm not sure there'll be too many smiles on faces now. We've let Spain come down into the 22. And we'll have to defend a line out here. Spain looking dangerous again in attack. Forwards carrying really hard, really direct, and it is just around the corner. But Scotland need to pressurise them a bit more.
From the penalty, Spanish fullback Amalia Argudo takes her side up to the 5 metre line. The best opportunity of the match so far for Spain. The line out. The first part of the equation done, taken in the middle, sacked by Scotland legally. Well, they've managed to keep it up off the ground and driving towards that Scottish try line. Now it goes to deck.
Number 1.
Carmen Castellucci with the carry, hit hard by Scottish captain Rachel Malcolm. Spain only a metre or two away now from the Scottish try line, and again awarded a penalty.
Slow it down. Okay. Number 1 collapsing. The sack was good, and then a new wall formed, and then number 1 sacked it.
This time
Took it down.
the ball illegally dragged down.
Number 1.
Spain with another chance. And the game will go to the line out, and as Amalia Argudo
Take the line.
just punches that ball out once more on the Scottish 5 metre line.
Yeah, Scotland legal with the initial sack on that line out. It was after the maul reformed. It was then deemed to have been brought down illegally.
Mario Calvo,
Sack's good.
this time the target. And once again, Scotland tried to sack that immediately, not allow Spain to get the drive going. Cinderella Brasic drives her way forward. Bing Vergara out to Maria Calvo. And number 8.
Okay, that was not on there. Number 5, pulling players out. Just here. Number 5.
And again, I think the same infringement, with the referee indicating that Scotland have dragged them all down. We'll have to be careful here.
Scotland will need to be careful, and especially in this area of the pitch, I think they'll be disappointed with their discipline, not just here, but in the handling errors that we've seen so far as well, and the number of penalties now that are creeping in.
Number 1
Third attempt here for Spain from the line out. Both occasions Scotland have tried to essentially sack the line out before the Spanish side can get the drive going. They've tried to do the same again, but Spain working their way towards the try line. The referee again playing an advantage. Spain still have the ball up, they're working their way towards the try line. The referee on the spot awards the try to Spain. Well, it took them 3 attempts, but they've got themselves over for the first try of the match. From the line out, Scotland again tried to sack it, but they managed to get them all set and drove towards the Scottish try line.
Yeah, that's 3 mauls in a row, isn't it, from Spain, and infringements from Scotland at each of those. I think there may have even been an arm out for an advantage with that one that got them over the line, but it wasn't needed in the end.
We can confirm that it was the Spanish hooker, the captain, Cristina Blanco, the try scorer.
I believe she'd recently signed at Ealing Trailfinders, Cristina Blanco, and yeah, she's leading from the front there.
Flags stay down with the conversion attempt from out wide. But Spain scoring from their first real opportunity of the match. I see it one more time, the replay. You can see that Scotland never really got their defence formed. They tried to take it down, 2 or 3 players trying to stop the drive. And Spain were well set, and the hooker and captain, Cristina Blanco, was over for their first try of the match.
Stop, yellow!
From the restart, clearing kick, just making its way into touch. And Scotland will feel that's against the run of play. They had 2 or 3 opportunities, unable to make anything of it, find themselves trailing by 5 points to 0.
Yeah, initial territory for Scotland good. You know, getting into the right areas of the pitch with the kick battles they were involved with early on. You know, the line-out drive in their 22, but not able to execute, and a few handling errors creeping in. And that score from Spain ultimately came from ill discipline across the board from Scotland. So they'll be looking to tighten up on that, I'm sure.
Another good throw into the line out by Lana Skeldon. Scotland now
Break away!
with them all set, and Spain have opted not to contest there. Sarah Bonner in possession, and out it goes to Rachel McLaughlin. Sale Sharks. Scotland now up on the Spain 22, out to Meryl Smith. Thought about the pass, decided to just carry into contact. Scotland again switch back from where they came, back to Louise McMillan, still around about that 22. Nelson, quick hands out to Leah Bartlett, and Rachel Malcolm, the captain. Scotland work their way into that Spain 22. It's Christine Belial this time. Manny McDonald out to Nelson again.
Tackle!
Meryl Smith again into contact. Ball comes squirting out. Manny McDonald
Unlucky.
unable to deal with it. He's knocked that ball on. And again from another very promising position. Scotland knocking the ball on. That'll be a Spain feed into the scrum.
Yeah, Scotland switching a bit more to the power play there, being a bit more direct. Some really great carries from Louise McMillan and Christine Belial, and of course that nice line from Meryl Smith. She was man marked with a nice double shot on her. So Spain defending hard and defending well. And Scotland again will be disappointed with the number of handling errors, and if they want to get into this game before the end of the half, it will need to be sharpened up for sure.
The break and play here for an injury to Rachel McLaughlin. Sale Sharks player. A chance for everybody to catch their breath. There's a chat among the Scottish team as to what they can do differently, and it's really just been errors. We'll have another look at the try.
Yeah, Scotland went for the sack the first two times, and I'm not sure if they opted for a different option there. Not best to comment on it as a scrum half. I normally try to stay out of the way, but you know, you see Spain getting the momentum there, and once that ball starts moving it that distance out from the try line, it's really, really difficult to stop, and difficult to stop legally, which is what Scotland was struggling with, but well executed by Spain.
I think out the way is the best place to be, certainly for a scrum half, but you're right, it didn't look like they were all singing from the same hymn sheet there. They tried to sack it in the first two occasions, and there again it looked like one or two players were trying to bring it down, others were trying to stop the drive, and not really a coordinated.
Yeah, you can see there Rachel Malcolm having a chat with Hollywood, the referee, and I'm sure she'll be trying to gain some clarity about what picture she's wanting to see, because they have given away a number of penalties in this first spell of the game.
Approaching the midway point in the first half here at Hive Stadium in Edinburgh. Scotland 0, Spain 5.
Crouch!
A knock on by Mary McDonald.
Bind!
Still awarded to Spain.
Set!
We have opposite number Bing Bing Vergara
Early.
feed the ball. Thankfully Rachel McLaughlin seems to be okay. The Scottish open side flanker.
Stripped in the tackle.
Free kick away comes Spain.
Scrum advantage.
Under pressure, trying to carry the ball out of their 22.
Advantage over.
Good hands, they made 7 or 8 metres there. Again opting to keep ball in hand. Then goes Richard McLaughlin to try and turn that over, but in good ball retention by Spain and good quick hands. Alba Vinuesa and Amalia Argudo both involved there down that left touchline for Spain. Ines Bueso looking for a runner inside. And Spain have taken the ball all the way up towards halfway from their own 22, opting not to kick it. Scottish defence coming up quickly. Big tackle goes in by Merrill Smith, but Spain managed to keep the ball alive. Tackle this time made by Helen Nelson, Scottish vice-captain, the fly half, but still with Spain. Back in their own 10-metre line, Alba Capel taking the ball into contact. This time Carmen Castellucci. Again, we've seen her with ball in hand 2 or 3 occasions. That ball kicked through and that's been snapped up by Spain. Almost working out for them. The ball bouncing into touch over on the far side of the pitch.
Line out or scrum.
Spain looking very comfortable in difficult conditions, keeping the ball in hand.
Very comfortable and looking very, very dangerous. I'm impressed by Amalia Argudo, the Spanish fullback. She looked dangerous every time she's had her hands on the ball. Real turn of pace, trying to get on the outside of the Scottish defenders. Scotland are making their tackles. They just seem to maybe need to pull a bit more width, a bit more urgency in the defence to put a bit more pressure on and stop Spain getting the ball to those wide channels.
Going to the tail of the line out, just getting fingertips to it, but it did come back on the Spanish side.
Tackle release.
Against the visitors in possession on the Scottish side of halfway now. Tackle made by Lana Skeldon, the Scottish hooker. Again, the Scottish defence going forward, making their tackles in tight, as Jenny said, maybe needing to spread themselves a little wider. The ball knocked on by Spain, enforced by good Scottish defence.
Definitely forced by good defence from Scotland there, although Spain only had a couple of players on the short side there for 2 or 3 phases, and we had a number of Scottish defenders on that side, so they need to just keep looking up, keep scanning and try to pull a bit more width, because Spain are dangerous and they will move the ball, and we can see in this first 22 minutes that Spain are looking to move the ball and looking to attack.
Scottish scrum just on their side of halfway.
Set.
Scrums have been fairly eeksy-peeksy.
Use it.
Quickly to the feet of Evie Galler, and I said they're fairly equal. Scotland get a bit of a nudge on there. The referee perhaps playing an advantage, picked up by Evie Gallagher. Well, no, she was not playing an advantage because the penalty has been awarded the way of Spain. And Scotland getting themselves a little isolated there, guilty of holding on the ground. And a chance here for the Spanish fullback Amalia Argudo. Once again set up a position deep in the Scottish half.
That was the first scrum that we've seen Scotland look as if they've got a bit of a nudge on and had Spain kind of going backwards a little bit there. I think they'd have been waiting for the advantage and it didn't come. You just have to react to the referee and keep communicating there, and also Mark McDonald put it under a little bit of pressure again at the back of the scrum now.
The New Ealing Trailfinders signing Cristina Blanco, the Spain captain, with a throw again and contested by Scotland, but again won by Spain, and away goes Alba Capel looking to combine with ECR Pozo. Spain again inside the Scottish 22. The ball
contact in the air,
lost by Spain. The referee again was playing an advantage, and there's none accruing for Spain coming back. I think the Scottish line-out was pulling down the Spanish jumper.
Yeah, the referee that is clearly not happy with what she's seeing there, and I know I've seen Rachel Malcolm having a conversation with the referee Hollywood with a broken play, but they're really going to need to adapt to what's happening here.
Well, the Spanish try came from a similar position on the other side of the pitch. However, ball stolen by Scotland at the front of the line out. Manny McDonald sends that ball back to Helen Nelson, makes a good contact with that. Takes play up to almost halfway.
I'm sure Sarah Bonner will be very pleased with that line-out steal. It's exactly what they'll have been working on in training, and yeah, she got really well there, and a great take.
Good to see Sarah Bonner back in a Scottish jersey, the Harlequins player. So she missed the whole of the Six Nations through injury. This time Spain taking the safer option, going to the front. The ball whipped away by Vergara to Ines Bueso. Ball lost again in the midfield, snapped up by Edie Gallagher for Scotland.
Advantage over.
Again, Mary McDonald thinks she sees space in behind. Bounces up nicely for Ines Bueso. Spain now in possession, although guilty of holding on the deck there, and the penalty awarded the way of Scotland this time.
Yeah, we saw Captain Rachel Malcolm's arms go straight in the air when that whistle blew. Really pleased with that turnover, and again a great option to put the ball in behind. I was wondering if that was, if Scotland would like to keep the ball in hand a little bit more and to really try to get a foothold in the game, but territory is key, and now they're exactly where they want to be.
Scotland unable to make anything of the opportunities they had in the first 15 minutes or so of the match. They now have a line out 17 or so metres out from the Spanish try line. The ball won in the middle of the line out, initially driven backwards by Spain, but the ball fed back to hooper Lana Skeldon, and now Scotland working their way towards the Spain try line. Slowed down briefly, 7 or 8 metres away, and still see the ball in there.
Number 1, lifting the leg, number 1.
And the referee penalising Maria Del Castillo. Helen Nelson will just chip this into touch, 5 metres out from the Spanish try line. And Scotland looking dangerous there when they managed to get their line out drive set. Lana Skeldon again connects with Sarah Bonner. Spain tried to take that down, but the ball's been fed back to Lana Skeldon.
Advantage, number 8, changing binds.
And Spain have come through illegally. The referee playing advantage. I'm not sure Scotland will need it. It's been taken to deck. You can see the ball on the ground there.
Number 8, changing binds.
The referee indicating that the Spanish players had come through illegally to try and get hands on the ball.
Yeah, you can't change your binds there, can you? You have to stay where you are. You can push and everything, but you can't swim through them all like the Spanish players were there. So it's like role reversal, isn't it, from the other end of the pitch, and Scotland will go again for their third attempt.
Exactly, it took Spain 3 attempts at the other end of the pitch, over on that far side. What can Scotland make of this one? Same connection between Lana Skeldon and Sarah Bonner. And again Scotland well set. This will be very difficult for Spain to stop, although it's in the hands now of Manny McDonald. Plays it away, Meryl Smith out the back to Nelson. He chips that ball across. Will this bounce up nicely for Rowley? It does.
Team advantage, tackle in the air.
And in goes Rona Lloyd to try and win this back for Scotland. Again they come to the left. Emma Orr. And it was Sarah Bonner lurking out there on the left wing, having won the line out. It was a little untidy as it went along that Scottish back line. Chloe Rowley throwing the pass out there, and the kick by Helen Nelson. And Sarah Bonner on a return to the starting lineup, popping up on the left wing, and goes over for Scotland's first try.
She will be absolutely delighted with that. Making a return from injury, like you said before, after missing out with the TikTok Women's Six Nations, and where else would you find a lock other than hanging out on the wing in the wide channel? Absolutely brilliant. She'll be absolutely delighted. I'm delighted for her as well. Saw a real nice bit of variety in that play. We started at the line out maul. A lovely little chip from Helen Nelson, and Chloe was marked but recycled the ball a few phases later and managed to find the space on the edge.
I had a double take, had to check the number again. I thought, is that really a 5? And it was. Well done, Sarah Bonner. Over for Scotland's first try. Helen Nelson now with the conversion attempt. Five metres or so in from the stand side touchline. Didn't quite get enough on that, so the scores remain level at 5 apiece. We're into the last 10 minutes of this first half.
Yeah, Scotland won't be panicking here. I'm sure they know what they're capable of if they get their processes right and their discipline right. It was the discipline that let Spain into the game early on, but keeping the ball and using their line out maul and good handling skills has got the reward in the try for Scotland.
Amalia Argudo with a long restart this time, taken by Helen Nelson. Sends that back over halfway. A wild pass, but taken by Argudo. She sees a space and goes straight through the middle of the Scottish defence, looking round for support now. I'm not sure she's going to need it. Tackled in the Scottish 22, tries to offload that ball out of the tackle. A brilliant run by the Spanish fullback. The Scottish defence trying to regroup. This time Carmen Castellucci with the carry.
Not now, 8!
And Scotland contesting at the breakdown there, but still in there on the Spanish side, and referee Hollywood awarding a penalty, but Spain not hanging around, and away goes Bing Bing Vergara, feeds Anna Puig. And Spain now 5 metres away from the Scottish try line. Can they strike back? Captain Cristina Blanco a metre or two short. A big carry by the Spanish forwards right in front of the Scottish posts, and Scotland keep them out, and we just levelled things. A pick and go this time by Cinderella Brasic. Bing Bing Vergara just standing back for now, allowing the forwards to do their work. That ball's been lost, snapped up by Lana Skeldon. So Scotland survive, knocked on by Spain, but what a run by Amalia Argudo.
Really, really impressed with her. She, like I said before, really dangerous ball in hand, and again, great option to kick from Helen Nelson. And I thought the chase looked relatively organised, and we're trying to keep Spain over the halfway line. But yeah, just spotted a gap in half a step, and she was away with the pace that she's got. Scotland will be disappointed again to have just scored, just levelled the scoreboard, and then to end up on your own try line having to defend for your lives. Again, whether it's a lapse in concentration or communication, I'm not sure, but they'll be disappointed with that, but positive they managed to survive and win the ball back.
Yes, ultimately good goal line defence by Scotland. Spain hammering away, trying to knock that wall down. Another break in play for treatment to, I think it's Christine Balil this time, the Scottish tight-head prop. It's certainly been an interesting first 33 minutes, just the one try apiece. Cristina Blanco, the first try of the match, 15 minutes in, on the line out, and then Sarah Bonner for Scotland. Plenty more for the sizeable crowd here at Hive Stadium in Edinburgh to get excited about.
We really have been at opposite ends of the pitch, quite difficult from where we're sat to see what's going on at both ends. I think both teams will be looking to score next. Obviously, that's the aim of the game. But Scotland need to get out of this difficult position in the middle of the pitch and on their own try line.
We did say the scrums have been fairly even, but Scotland just getting a bit of a nudge on in the last one. down in front of our commentary position in the stand side. I wonder if they'll try to do the same here and win themselves a penalty. And this time the Spanish 8 trying to put a bit of pressure on Scotland, but it's picked up at the base by Evie Gallagher. Feeds her inside centre, Meryl Smith, and then to Emma Orr. Gets the ball to Rona Lloyd. Away she goes down the far touchline. Chased all the way by Amalio Argudo, but can't get there, and Rona Lloyd. And Scotland strike from halfway to Glasgow, the scrum under their own posts. And they were brave enough to keep the ball in hand. The pick up by Evie Gallagher, Meryl Smith, Emma Orr involved, and out it went to Rona Lloyd, who showed all her pace as she took off down that right hand touchline to score Scotland's second try. Scotland 10, Spain 5.
Great to see Rona Lloyd back in a Scotland shirt after a time away with GB Sevens, and absolutely showing the pace that she's got there, and finishing in style like she does. But brilliant attacking play from Scotland there, really great from Meryl Smith, carrying with intent, and then the offload out of the tackle to Emma Orr, and Emma Orr doing what she does best in fixing and giving that last defender. Why kick from your own try line when you can run the ball like that? It's brilliant to see.
Yeah, we were just working out how on earth were Scotland going to get themselves out of that position. A difficult place to kick from the centre of the field. Well, they decided they didn't need to kick. And great hands. We spoke about the handling conditions. It's fared up here. The ball will still be wet, but both sides have kept the ball in hand. And a few mistakes. That the highlight of the game so far. A wonderful try for Scotland through Rona Lloyd. And Helen Nelson again with a difficult conversion attempt. Catches that better than her first. Can't quite get the ball between the uprights, so it remains 10 points to 5. A few tries for Scotland in reply to that early score by Christina Blanco.
That's what Scotland can do, when the handling is clean. They're catching the ball early, passes to go into hand, and doing everything on the move. It's absolutely fantastic to see, and you can see how dangerous Scotland are in attack from set piece, and hopefully we can see a bit more of that in the face play as well.
5 minutes to half time, again taken by Helen Nelson from the restart. Doesn't quite make halfway with the kick, and again Spain evading the first tackle. Can't get past Rachel McLaughlin. Sail Shark. Tackle this time made by Louise McMillan. Spain have carried hard round the corner again, come the forwards. It's that little tip-on pass this time to Anna Pooch. Lost in the whistle again. Scotland guilty of not rolling away at the breakdown.
Number 2.
And chance again for Amalio Argudo. Set up a position for her side in the Scottish 22. Quite catch that one as well as she would have hoped, so it does make its way into touch, but 30 metres away from the Scottish try line, but still a good attacking opportunity here for Spain.
On your front.
It is, and again Scotland moment of brilliance there, scoring the corner from Rona Lloyd, and then the next moment giving away another penalty again. So I guess it's just backing up those really positive moments with more positive moments. You see, but managed to turn over the line out there.
Advantage.
Ball stolen by Louise McMillan. Well, kick charge down. Mary McDonald trying to chip that ball over the top.
Just here. Okay.
The referee was playing an advantage towards the penalty the way of Scotland. Mary McDonald will be relieved by that, and that's the second, I think, line out steal by Scotland. Another important one inside the 22 earlier by Sarah Bonner. This time her second row partner Louise McMillan managing to pluck that Spanish throw from the air. That kick not finding touch. Well, it is in fact. I think Spain, is it Claudia Perez over on that far side, but the referee's assistance flag is up. It's Sarah Cox over on the far side.
On your front person.
You can just see the foot on the touchline. I think they are very, very close, but it did make its way out, and it will be a Scottish throw. Go long this time, taken by Rachel Malcolm. Quickly out into the midfield. The ball just going behind Meryl Smith. Helen Nelson not quite able to connect with her inside centre. Rachel Mal come in with a tackle there, trying to keep that ball up. The referee will go back. And that knock on. Just didn't quite get their timing right there, the 10 and 12.
Yeah, definitely a timing issue. Meryl Smith just slightly overrunning, and she runs with such intent. Slightly overrun the pass there from Helen Nelson. We've seen it a few times in the game so far, and maybe giving those passes when the time is not quite right, or it's not necessarily on, and I guess it's there. We need to just hold on to the ball and recycle to go again.
Crouch! Sit! Bind! Set! Stay up. Time in 9. Stop.
Spain looking for space, and rather than kick long, trying to get the ball out to the right wing. Clara Piquero out there.
Yeah, Ines Buezo just going for the kick pass there, and thought she maybe saw some space on the edge, but it wasn't quite where it needed to be, and Scotland have now got a line out again in a really promising position going into the last moments of this half.
A good throw into the line out by Lana Skeldon, so perhaps one last opportunity for Scotland here before half time, taking play again into the Spain 22. Spain trying to steal that ball at the breakdown, guilty of putting hands on the deck first.
Scotland have done really well there to identify that Spain are not engaging in that maul defence at all. They've done that a couple of times now, and Sarah Bonner's just kept the ball at the front of the line out there. If she transfers that back, that then becomes obstruction. And she's done really well to identify that and just keep the ball at the front there.
Nice clever play by Sarah Bonner. Scotland then with the line out, 5 metres out from the Spain try line, and it's Bonner who takes that ball to the front. Fed back to hooker Lana Skeldon. Can Scotland strike here? Just before half time. Away they come, that ball's been lost, but it goes backwards rather fortuitously for Scotland, and then fed back to Mary McDonald, out to Louise McMillan. The Scottish forwards piling in there to win possession back, 5 metres away now from the try line. Another loose pass, a brilliant pick up by Meryl Smith, and cuts back across the left, and Smith has gone clean through. Wonderful try for the Scottish inside centre. Looked for a moment that Scotland had perhaps lost their opportunity. Scrappy ball coming out, but Meryl Smith with a brilliant pick up in wet conditions, and just slices her way through the Spanish defence to score Scotland's third try.
It was a great vision by Meryl Smith there. Like we've mentioned already, she's such a powerful runner, but she has got great vision. And she just saw there that the Spanish defence on that blind side were kind of disjointed and weren't coming up together with any kind of intent, and yeah, she managed to spot a soft shoulder and backed herself to get over the line. Brilliant score from Meryl Smith. She's really come into her own in that 12 shirt over the last little while, and yeah, it's great to see.
Helen Nelson unsuccessful with her first 2 conversion attempts. This one a little closer to the post, still difficult. 12 metres in from the touchline. Catches that well, but it just fades past the left hand upright, unable to add the conversion again. And with that, the referee blows for half time at the end of a very entertaining first half. 4 tries. The half time score: Scotland 15, Spain 5. The sides make their way off up the tunnel. I'll take the chance to have a look at the first half action in just a moment. What are your initial thoughts on it, Jenny?
Scotland will be really pleased to finish that half with a score, and they probably feel that it was deserved, but I guess we've highlighted already the number of handling areas, number of penalties that Scotland have given away, have just let Spain into this game, and and I guess they'll be looking to come out second half and start with the intent that they probably lacked in the start of this game. So Spain looking really, really dangerous. Like we said, they like to move the ball, they like to offload, and we saw a great score here with their first driving maul after their third attempt. And Scotland have really had to adapt to their maul defence. Whatever they were doing was not what the referee wanted to see.
Yes, Cristina Blanco, the Spanish captain, the try scorer. As Jenny said, it took them 3 attempts. And Scotland infringing the line-out maul. Another look at the first try, just from the front angle. You can see the Scottish defence perhaps not what it should be. I said at the time, not all singing from the same hymn sheet. And the Spanish 8 well set and drive their way over the try line. 15 minutes into the game, Scotland had opportunities before that, unable to make anything of it, and at that stage Spain led by 5 points to 0, but back came Scotland. And from the line out, and just the vision of Helen Nelson, saw space, didn't quite manage to connect. First time of asking with her fullback Chloe Rowley. Rowley did well under pressure, and Scotland recycling the ball. And then you can see just running across from right to left there, Sarah Bonner. I wasn't sure at the time how on earth the second row had got herself there, but it's great work by Sarah Bonner.
Great work, and it's one thing that you can, Sarah Bonner will bring his work rate, and she's there, she's looking for the opportunity, she's seen the space, and she's pulling width in the attack. That phase where Helen Nelson put boot to ball, Spain has got really, really tight in their defence, and that's why she knew where the space was, and maybe didn't find it first time, but yeah, second time Sarah Bonner working her socks off to get round the corner and dot down. It's great to see.
And 5 minutes later, the highlight of the first half, the Scottish scrum under the shadow of their own post. Meryl Smith again played very well in this first half. The ball off to her centre partner Emma Orr, and then when it got into the hands of Rona Lloyd, it was good night. There was nobody catching her.
There wasn't, and yeah, there's very few that can stop her when she's at full tilt. We saw Amalia Argudo working her way across there and chasing, forcing her to score in the corner, but great intent from Scotland. All players driving square with the ball. Meryl thought she got through herself and made that last defender commit to her, and that offload out the tackle was excellent. And Emma Orr is just brilliant at not breaking stride, running square at the defender and releasing Rona in space. It's exactly what you want to see.
Yes, beautifully timed pass from Emma Orr to her right wing. He makes her comeback to the Scotland squad, having last played against New Zealand in the 2021 World Cup. And then, just in the stroke of half time, Scotland with their third try. Meryl Smith rewarded there, scooping that ball up in difficult conditions and just cutting her way through the Spanish defence.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, was it, leading up until those moments? There's a few loose passes, a few offloads that you think maybe shouldn't have gone. But yeah, scoot the ball up, and it doesn't need to look pretty if you can spot a gap and back yourself to get over the line. So great finish from Meryl. She'll be absolutely delighted with that, and you can see what it means to the teammates there as well.
So the crowd entertained with 4 tries in this first half here at Hive Stadium. Confirmation there of the half-time score on your screen. Scotland 15, Spain 5. So join us again in around about 12 minutes for the second half. But in the meantime, earlier this week we went inside the Scotland camp.
Block 1's been really good actually. Block 1 we came in after the players have been away at their clubs since the end of pre-season, which has been really positive. So we kind of looked at it as a mini pre-season, 3-week block of a lot of contact conditioning, a lot of clarity around how we want to play. So getting to the girls to a good fitness level whilst doing a lot of rugby stuff.
Good CB, yes. Great lift on that CB. 2, 1, let's go, let's go. Straight back in the middle, let's go. Nice, Lana, good lift there.
Shoulder contact, keep your feet alive. Then we work again. Good shoulder contact. Let's keep our feet working. Let's go. Work off the deck on the 22. Let's drive it back.
Drew Scott's been brilliant, and Drew Scott's somebody that we've worked with previously. He was with us when we went to the World Cup qualifiers, both in Italy and in Dubai. So he is somebody that we've worked closely with. Drew's got a huge amount of experience working with these players, whether it be in international games or working here at Murrayfield. So Drew's been real positive, and he's driven some real hard fitness sessions. But both his personality on the field and off the field has been a huge asset to us. Matt Banahan's come in as well as an attack coach, so we had a really good framework that we worked towards during the Six Nations, and Matt's come in and he's built on top of that as well. So there's been a bit of understanding on how we want to play. Obviously a lot of work on our fitness, and now going into block 2, it's just taking that little bit of edge away from that real high intensity work.
Yep, go, go, go. Yep, on the edge. Space wide. Space wide. Got last. Got last. In the middle. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, go. Pull you to one. Yeah, I've got 2. I've got less. I've got less. Yeah, you've got.
Nice.
Good, Poro.
Good double.
Yeah, look, Spain's a big one for us. The last time we were at Hive, we had 2 really good performances against both the Italians and the Irish. But we want a different stimulus where we're looking at different opposition, seeing how the opposition attack us, how we can attack opposition as well, and it gives us a little bit more high intensity contact work before we play the Spanish here.
Welcome back to Hive Stadium in Edinburgh. Second half action in this women's international. We've been treated to a highly entertaining first half. Scotland leading 15 points to 5 at the break, 3 tries to 1. And out come the home side again. Sadly, the heavens have opened again at half time. Dried up a bit in that first half. Players coping well with difficult handling conditions, as shown by some of the tries. At least that Rona Lloyd score. Scotland running from under the shadow of their own posts. Quick chat in the Scottish huddle. And Jenny, they'll just be looking to build on the momentum that they gathered in the closing 10 minutes or so of that first half.
Absolutely, and I think, like we mentioned in the first half, just tightening up on the discipline and the handling errors that we've seen, just so we can string a few more phases together and really impose Scotland can impose themselves on Spain and get into this game. At the moment it's probably a little bit closer than they'd like.
The restart gathered by Bing Bing Vergara. That straight into the hands of Chloe Rowley. Seen her dancing footwork. She's also powerful. Bumping off the first tackler, away goes Emma Orr and almost got the hands free. And she'd found Rona Lloyd. That would have been dangerous, but Scotland still in possession. A loose pass by Lloyd. Can't be taken by Christine Balil, but the ball went back. So no knock on, and Meryl Smith has been in the middle of everything for Scotland in the opening 40 minutes. And a dipping pass from Mary McDonald out to Lana Skeldon. The hooker did well to hold that, this time out to Nelson. So Balil was an option out the back, but instead opted to use Louise McMillan. And Scotland look to go wide. Chloe Rowley swings that ball out to Francesca McGee. We've not seen too much of the left wing.
Penalty advantage.
You know how dangerous she can be. Scored a wonderful try here in the women's TikTok Six Nations against Ireland. And the referee playing an advantage here to Scotland, and out the back it goes again to Meryl Smith. And through she goes, looking for support. The inside centre wreaking havoc on that Spanish defence, and now Rona Lloyd, almost a clear run to the line. That's a wonderful tackle by her opposite number. Scotland now 12 metres or so away from the Spain try line. A quick ball this time, and it goes to the forwards. And once more it's Louise McMillan carrying. Good work here by the Scottish pack. Captain Rachel Malcolm now tackled 5 metres out from the try line. And McDonald standing back, allowing the forwards to do their work. Lana Skeldon again. Another metre, ball comes squirting out the back. Scotland have to react quickly. Tackled a metre or so short. Now it goes out to the backs, and it's a great tackle there by Spain, somehow keeping Scotland out. For how long? Scotland pack again.
Penalty advantage.
Gathering around the breakdown, look to pick and go. Let's narrow that Spanish defence. Rona Lloyd moving out here wide on the right wing, providing an option. I'm not sure that Scotland will need to use the backs. And referee playing an advantage here.
Offside.
Another pick and go. Malcolm in there to drive her teammate towards the line.
Yes.
Referee again with the arm out, playing an advantage. Scotland trying to burrow their way over the try line here. The Spanish defence somehow keeping them out. Meryl Smith run a short line there. Tip on pass to Emma Orr. Dragged down by Ines Bueso. Good tackle by the Spanish fly half. And Spain turned the ball over. Alba Vinuesa looking to race away, but the referee was playing an advantage. Offside. Solid Spanish defence, somehow keeping Scotland out there, but they will have another chance.
Much better ball retention from Scotland there, going through the phases, working their way up the pitch, and you could see Spain really targeting the breakdown early on and down on the try line as well there. So Scotland's attacking contact's going to be really, really important if they want to continue that ball retention. But some great work there and much better handling than we saw in the first half already.
See Meryl Smith again on the replay. She really has been at the heart of everything that Scotland have done well.
She really has, and you can see their ball in hand and two hands and then switching to one, and she has this ability to make the Spanish question whether she's going to pass or run, and that's how she finds the space.
Ball stolen by Spain at the line out.
Use it.
And for the first time tonight, Scotland wasting a great opportunity. That ball not going out. Francesca McGee, I think, perhaps lost that one in the lights. The Scotland left wing couldn't take that. It'll be a Spain throw-in on their own 10-metre line.
Yeah, the rain started to come down just over half-time, didn't it? And so I'm sure we'll see Boot being put to ball a little bit more again, and Francesca McGee will be disappointed not to take that one, and she's not had that many touches on the ball in this game so far. But hopefully she'll just be able to put that one to the back of her mind and move on.
And really dangerous she can be. A loose throw into the line out.
Not straight.
Not straight, I was about to say. It's worked out okay for Spain. It's bounced back on their side, but wasn't thrown in straight by Cristina Blanco, the captain.
We've seen some good attack from Scotland from the scrum set piece. I know the first one that we saw in the game was a little bit disjointed, but yeah, we've seen some really good attack from Scotland, so I'm intrigued to see what they do here. You can see Mel just standing outside Helen Nelson there, looking at what their options are.
You can see how heavy the rain was there on your screen and the floodlights. Very difficult for the players. We said the pitch surface, of course, impeccable. Artificial surface here at Hive Stadium. The ball will be very slippery. It's a good solid Scottish scrum picked up again by Evie Gallagher at the base. Feeds her scrum half and out to Nelson. A loose pass. Eventually, I think won by Francesca McGee. Popped up off the left wing. The ball knocked on. It'll be a Spanish feed to the scrum, so a little untidy again by Scotland.
Yeah, starts off really nicely. Murray driving to the line and Merrill keeping the defence honest with that hard line, and you can see Francesca McGee out there working out the back, and it's just a loose pass from Helen Nelson. It's not something that we see very often, but maybe a bit of pressure from the Spanish defence and a wayward pass, and unable to execute.
Back on.
Changes here in the Spanish front row. Laura Delgado and the Gloucester player coming on at tight head prop for Cinderella Brasic. And Ines Antolines coming on for Maria del Castillo.
Yeah, Laura Delgado, she's been in the Spanish squad for a long time now and playing a rugby in the English Premiership, but she's a player that the Scots will know well, and she's a brilliant player and probably up there with one of the most experienced in this Spanish squad with I think 29 caps under her belt, running on for maybe a 30th today.
Keep working on that, I'll give you time.
I'm sure that's what front row's like, isn't it? Straight on and into a scrum.
They absolutely love it. Occasionally looked like Scotland were perhaps getting the upper hand at scrum time. They were really dominant. The referee not happy with the actions there of Laura Delgado in her first scrum, awards a penalty the way of Scotland.
They'll be really pleased with that. Scotland's scrum and set piece in general has come on so much over the last couple of seasons, and I think although they had sort of clean ball in the first half, they would have been disappointed not to get a nudge on against Spain, so that's a really good penalty to win there.
Lana Skeldon being very secure with the line out this evening. That's her instructions from Leah Bartlett, one of the Leicester Tigers players in this Scotland team. Mary McDonald lining up at the front there, and then comes round to take that ball off the top and quickly out to Meryl Smith again in the midfield. Hit hard this time. Spain will be alert now to the dangers posed by the Scottish inside centre.
Use it!
Ball lost and turned over by Spain.
Tackle!
Good work once more by Carmen Castellucci.
Scrum advantage.
Both the players in the Spanish side, although lost. Both sides struggling a little bit with that slippery ball. Lost first of all by Meryl Smith and then Carmen Castellucci. I think advantage was already over. The scrum feed will go to Scotland.
It was nice attacking play from the line out there from Scotland, and Helen Nelson and Meryl Smith driving really, really hard at the defensive line. It did exactly what they wanted it to do, and it tightened them right up. I just wonder whether the option would have been to go out the back and find that space on the edge, and whether they'd maybe pre-called that short line due to the conditions. I'm not sure, but I'd like to see Scotland be a little bit more brave there and pull the trigger and find the space, because the move had sold the defence. It tightened them right up.
Yes, there was a reception party waiting for Meryl Smith there, but as you say, that means there's space somewhere else, and I think it was out on the Scottish left wing. It's a great attacking opportunity for Scotland now. Centre field scrum.
Stay high.
It looks like they will go to the left. Out it goes to Nelson, and out to Emma Orr. Break on the outside, gets the hands free, into the hands of Francesca McGee. And with her first real opportunity of the match, we spoke about how dangerous the Scottish left winger could be, and she goes over for Scotland's fourth try. Again, good work by Emma Orr, the outside centre. Francesca McGee had a difficult 5 minutes or so before that. Goes over for a wonderful Scottish try.
Absolutely blistering pace, hasn't she? She's got a set of wheels on her and a turn of pace, and you can see from the scrum here, Helen Nelson missed pass to Emma Orr, and again she's just able to get on the outside of the Spanish winger there and offload out of the tackle, and Fran McGee accelerates and offends, and she's over to score. And she'll be really pleased with that, and it's exactly how Scotland would have wanted to start this half.
Francesca McGee, the former Watsonian, will be playing with Leicester Tigers in the English Premiership this coming season. Showing just why she's such a hot property at the minute in the first season of international rugby. Scoring her second try for Scotland. And Helen Nelson has not been given the easiest of positions for any of her conversions so far, but does put that one between the uprights, and that extends Scotland's lead out to 22 points to 5.
Yeah, I think Scotland just made a couple of changes there as well, and Emma Wassell taking the field, and just want to draw attention to that. She's worked really, really hard over the summer, rehabilitating a knee injury, quite an unusual knee injury as well, and I spent a lot of time with her over the summer, so it's great to see her back in a Scotland shirt.
Taken by Sarah Bonner, another player back in a Scotland jersey, recovering from injury. She's had a great match tonight. Fed back from Mary McDonald to her half-back partner Helen Nelson, who keeps that ball in the field of play. It's been dropped but backwards by Ines Bueso. Spain send that one downfield, taken by Nelson on halfway. That's Katie Mattinson on at scrum half now, replacing Mary McDonald. And to Chloe Rowley at first receiver. Must have found Lisa Thompson, GB Sevens player. Instructions then to Katie Mattinson to go to the right. Emma Wassell that you mentioned, another Leicester Tigers player. The first touch of the ball, sent downfield. It's not taken by Amalio Argudo. The referee says no knock on, so tidied up by the Spanish fullback. She really has had a good game tonight. It looked to me that ball had been knocked on, but the referee happy to allow play to continue, and Spain take the ball up over halfway. Back again from Vergara to Bueso. And that ball's gone loose, and can Scotland snap this one up? No, it's been tidied up by Spain. Looked like Lisa Thompson again on hand, trying to hack that ball through. The referee says the ball knocked on by Spain, so we'll come back for another scrum to Scotland.
Yeah, some good pressure in the defensive line there from Scotland, and Lisa Thompson just trying to get a boot to ball and hack that one through, and on another day that may have scooted off down the field.
Taking a little while to get this scrum set. Just make sense of the Scottish changes, so we can see Katie Mattinson on at scrum half for Mary MacDonald. Smith has left the field of play after a brilliant 50 minutes or so, replaced by Lisa Thompson. Emma Wassell, as we already mentioned, on in the pack now.
Stay high. Still legal. Still
Good
legal.
scrum by Scotland, keeping the ball in at the base there. Evie Gallagher trying to draw a penalty.
Penalty
The referee
advantage.
eventually plays ball, out comes the hand. So Scotland, free ball, what can they do? Well, that's a loose pass.
That's gone forward. Back for the
Just
penalty.
in line with our commentary position here, so very clearly forward. So we'll come back for the
17.
penalty.
It was a loose pass, and Katie will be disappointed with that, but it was a free play, so a shot to nothing, I guess, and now Scotland will kick for the corner.
From the penalty,
Okay. Number 11.
Scottish vice captain
substitution.
Helen Nelson takes play
Number 11.
deep inside at Spain 22. Changes here for
Wait,
Spain.
that's just a sub. Number 11.
Mena Blanco.
Sub. Cool. Time's back on. You're good where you are.
It's Clara Piquero who comes off.
Ball.
Scotland from the line out, get them all well set. Ball in the hands of Lana
Is it
Skeldon.
once?
Very well organised here, Scotland. Ball looks like it's going today. Katie Mattinson plays away to go through herself, offloads the ball there to Christine Belleil. I don't think she was expecting that. The tight head prop did well to hold on. And Scotland now about 8 metres or so away from the Spain try line. And they had 2 of their 4 tries.
Use it.
Scottish forwards will look to keep things tight again here,
Tackle,
narrow the
release.
Spanish defence. The referee instructing the Spanish tacklers to release. Another pick and go. Hands come in
No clear release. 18.
from Spain.
Tackle, no
The
clear
referee says
release.
illegally so, awards the penalty in the way of Scotland again.
On the line.
Again, good ball retention down here in the Spanish 22, putting the pressure on them
Scrum
and
called.
enforcing the penalty, essentially, and we've seen that a couple of times now from Spain, and I believe Scotland have just opted for the scrum.
They have indeed, so change of tactic here by Scotland. Gone to the line out,
Let's stay
up to this
square,
point.
both sides.
and their maul was well set. They weren't able to get themselves over the try line, but
We've seen some really good attack from Scotland from the scrum set piece, and in the last scrum that we just saw previously, they got the nudge on and gained the penalty from that, so they'll be
Crow!
looking to gain some more success there.
Bind!
perhaps the option of keeping this one at the feet of Evie Gallagher. The Scottish backline split, but mostly strung across towards the right in our commentary position, and that indeed is the way they go out to Helen Nelson. And back inside comes Emma Orr through the heart of the Spanish defence in the outside centre, rewarded for what's been an impressive evening with ball in hand. She's been provider on 2 occasions, but now goes over for Scotland's 5th try.
Yeah, I wonder if that was what they were trying to do when they had the free play from the previous scrum. Really, really good movement from the Scottish backs, and Emma Orr just cutting that real hard line back against the grain, and it's so difficult to stop. Great footwork, good fend, and she's over under the sticks.
The youngster still plying her trade in Scotland. Heriots and her home club bigger.
She's such an exciting prospect, Emma Orr. She's burst onto the scene and done so well already, but it's really exciting to see how much more she can do in a Scotland jersey.
Helen Nelson, the easiest kick of the night, makes no mistake, and she adds the 2 extras, and Emma Orr, you mentioned, I've always been impressed by her in her defensive capacity, but really showing what she can do in attack tonight.
Definitely, and you know, having trained alongside her, I knew that she's so great ball in hand. She's able to, you know, not break stride and give passes, and there she is, just cutting back against the grain there and using her footwork and defend.
Spain winning the ball back from their own restart, and the replacement prop, Laura Delgado, getting hands on ball. Spain look to strike back quickly. Pull back Argudo in at first receiver. Out to the wing, and Claudio Perez. Back it goes to Ines Bueso. Play inside the Scottish 22, and Spain trying to play quickly. Cristina Blanco this time with the carry. And forward just come round the corner.
Ball's out.
Juggle there by Bing Bing Vergara.
Tackle!
Scrum half retains possession, and back they come to the left. This time through Maria Calvo. Solid Scottish defence. Rachel Malcolm, the captain, throwing her body into everything tonight. Edie Gallagher this time with the tackle, the Scottish number 8. Spain look to go a little wider. Cristina Blanco again, the captain. Only try scorer for Spain so far tonight. Scottish defence holding firm.
Stop now.
And now Spain look to go a little wider. The tackle missed. Now Spain to make a little more ground, 10 or 12 metres away now from the try line. Blanco again looking to get hands on ball. Vergara again, just wing out options, but picked up and through the middle goes Maria Calvo. Almost caught the Scottish defence napping around the ruck, but Chloe Rowley racing through, making the tackle, driving Spain back. Ines Antolines in placement front row. Nice tip on there to Anna Puch. Scottish defence again alert to that, and it's been stolen by Lisa Thompson, who hacks that ball off downfield, and nobody at home at the back for Spain. What way will this ball bounce? Well, it's been snapped up by Amalia Argudo. Pressure coming on there from Katie Mattinson.
Use it!
So Spain now all the way back in their own half. Vergara to Anna Puch.
Not now, Blue! No 8!
Scotland contesting the breakdown there through the middle. Comes Emma Wassall.
Ball's out.
Spain still somehow in possession, losing ground at a rate of knots here. Look a little bit shell-shocked now to set up a position.
Stop yellow!
Clear from, and Argudo had to rush her kick there. Not sure that Scotland know where that is. It was Louise McMillan, I think, had lost that ball in the air. Scotland do come up with possession just on their side of halfway, and again Nelson sees space in behind and bounces up kindly for Amalio Argudo, the Spanish fullback. Hard on the tackle again by Rachel Malcolm. Managed to get the ball thrown back in field. Still with Spain. Vergara having to dig for that, just allows the Scottish defence to come forward again. Ines Bueso, fly half, goes herself.
Tackle!
Cristina Blanco, I don't think was expecting that one. Scotland looking to steal this ball.
Use it!
They'll come back on the Spanish side. Vergara under huge pressure there, but the referee saying that Scotland were offside. And the penalty awarded the way of Spain.
19 Blue.
Long phase of play there, wasn't it? Scotland defending really well in their own 22, and Lisa Thompson with the strip that essentially got them back down the other end of the field. But Spain managing to recycle the ball, their attacking contacts, although they weren't pretty at times, they're able to keep the ball and keep going through the phases. And Scotland seemed quite happy to defend there for long periods, but giving away the penalty in the end.
Another break in play, just allowing everybody to catch their breath, and a little bit of treatment perhaps is it to one of the Scottish players we've spoken about Scotland as an attacking force, but Rachel Malcolm, the captain, defensively just has thrown her body into everything.
Absolutely, she's always leading from the front, and she'll put her body on the line for her teammates and for her country, and you've seen that in the collisions that she's had this evening, and almost forcing the Spanish player into touch in the previous phase of play, but they managed to get the ball away. But she's an outstanding player, an outstanding leader, and someone that will always empty the tank every time she's got that pistol on her chest.
Time back on.
Penalty to Spain, and Argudo again with the kick. She finds a touch just outside the Scottish 22.
Substitutions. Can they make 4? 1, 2, 3, 11 blue substitutions. Say that again, sorry.
More changes for Spain. Captain Cristina Blanco,
2
the
yellows.
Spanish try scorer, making way for Marieta Roman.
2. And 10. Has 10 changed? Have you got that? Okay.
Both sides taking the opportunity to empty the bench.
Okay, just wait there. Wait
We've
there.
seen a complete change at front row there for Scotland. Ellis Martin coming on at hooker. Lisa Coburn making her return after about 18 months out with an ACL injury, so it's brilliant to see her back into the fold.
Option. Line out or scrum.
And Anne Young on the pitch as well, another exciting young prospect for Scotland.
Okay, scrum called. Scrum blue.
New hooker Marieta Roman
Okay,
went
new front
throw
row.
at the first line out.
Okay.
So a change of front row, get right in on the action straight away, don't they?
Well, you did say that's what they wanted, really, isn't it? Straight into a scrum.
I think Scotland have had a change on the wing as well with Liz Musgrove for Francesca McGee.
Bind.
It's Francesca McGee, 4th try scorer for Scotland this evening. 10 minutes into the second
Stay
half,
high.
she makes way for Liz Musgrove,
Stay high.
teammate
Use
of
it.
Spanish hooker and captain Cristina Blanco at Ealing Trailfinders. And here comes Scotland through Nelson. Clear out by Louise McMillan.
Stop blue.
Back it goes there to
Onside.
Nelson now, in fact, he bangs that ball off downfield.
Stop yellow.
Gudo looking for space in behind. Scotland looking to run their way up towards halfway through Helen Nelson. It's a big tackle there. I think it was Laura Delgado.
Timing.
Tip on in the midfield to McMillan again, the second row getting involved in the action. Sophie Martinson, replacement scrum half. Ball just chipped through there by Helen Nelson. You could see what she was trying to do, is place that ball in front of Rona Lloyd. Scored a wonderful try, Scotland's second try towards the end of the first half. But just didn't quite get her angles right, and the ball beat everybody into touch.
Yeah, it was a nice option, and there's a bit of space in behind there, and like we've said a few times today, that the weather means that the ground's slippery, and a bobbling ball on the floor is difficult to deal with. It's nice to see a few Scotland players making their return. Lisa Coburn, she's been out for such a long time, and she'll be looking to make an impact. And Ellis Martin as well, actually. I think this may be her second cap. She's been in and around the squad for quite a while, and she really earned her sort of opportunity today.
If memory serves me correctly, did she play in the Thistles game that you and I commentated on here back in February? Now elevated to the national squad. It is indeed her second cap. She goes in to make the tackle there on Alba Capel, but the Spanish open side had done well to get the ball away before she was hit by her replacement hooker. And it's Spain now in possession.
Tackle!
just on their side of halfway. Scotland instructed to release the ball. The referee Hollywood.
Stop,
Back
yellow!
it comes to Amalio Argudo.
All onside.
As the ball high into the Edinburgh skies, not judged by Chloe Rollier. Again, I think perhaps losing the ball in the lights here. It allows Spain to snap up possession again.
Tackle!
Alice Martin in on the tackle once more. Quick hands in the midfield under pressure from the Scottish defence. Look to race up all evening, and then back it goes again to Argudo. Chloe Rollier
Onside.
makes no mistake this time, the Scottish fullback, and again realised there was space in behind. Perhaps looking for the 50-22, didn't quite get the bounce.
Okay, stop.
Spain through Zaire Perez. Once more Scotland look to run this ball back. Fiona Lloyd popping up over on the left wing. Now the Scottish forwards again, looking to fight their way forward. Sarah Bonner clean through the middle. And she's looking round for support, dragged down just inside the Spanish 22. And a loud blast in the whistle with the referee. Spain putting hands on the ground as they try to win the ball. Sarah Bonner really has had a very impressive evening on her return to the number 5 jersey.
She really has. She's full of energy. You know, she's looking for work. And you can see there she's hits a really nice line and a soft shoulder and some turn of pace there as well. I think she maybe just fancies herself on the wing after all.
I think she fancies a break because she's gone down, hopefully just with cramp. Hoping that's not an issue with her knee.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be cramp, fingers crossed. We've got Raina Lloyd down on the far side as well, so hopefully she's okay.
You're good. Okay. Water off, please.
Scotland seems to be turning the screw a little bit here on Spain. I was impressed when the team sheets came out at Scotland's bench, I think, over the Six Nations, the TikTok Women's Six Nations earlier in the spring. With a lot of players being out with injury or GB7s, meant that the players were getting the opportunity, and now it means that we've got huge depth on our bench, which is really, really exciting.
Yes, it really is a very strong bench. Scotland don't seem to have lost any momentum with those changes. You often find that you get a spell of 5 or 10 minutes and both sides make the number of changes that they have.
Time back on. Scrum blue.
Back to the action, it will be a scrum. Scotland on the Spanish 22 centre field, so again options both ways. 4 backs stacked off to the left. Of course, by the number 8 and the 9 coming round the corner. You'll know all about that, Jenny. Could create an awful lot of space on this right hand side of the pitch.
Forcing the defence to decide where they want to defend, and
that's the option they take. Gallagher to Mattinson, cuts back inside, tried to get the hands free. Get the ball to Rollier. Round the corner comes the captain, Rachel Malcolm. And Scotland now deep inside the Spanish 22. Mattinson goes back to the left. Scotland again fighting their way forward towards that Spanish try line. Mattinson manages to tidy the ball up there, gets it to Louise McMillan. And Scotland now about 7 metres away from the try line. Out it goes to Nelson. Out to Anne Young there. Placement loose head prop. Again, Nelson the tip on. For Lisa Thompson. Spanish defence holding firm for now. They forced Scotland back 2 or 3 metres. Another carry by Anne Young. Scotland playing quickly here. Inside ball this time. Keeping the ball alive in the tackle. Katie Mattinson tries to dance her way through. Dragged down 5 metres short. Spanish defence disciplined for now. Scotland again trying to keep that ball alive. And they get themselves over the try line. Just look to slow things down here. Pick and go. Hit the latch on from Sarah Bonner. Ball comes squirting out the side. And I think illegally. The referee awards a penalty in the way of Scotland.
Number 6, offside.
I wasn't sure about that jackal attempt from Spain there. I actually thought that looked like it was okay, but it must have been for another infringement. offside potentially. Some great play though from Scotland. They're really trying to move the ball, and I think if you look back at some of our games historically, we're maybe not, you know, a kind of offloading team. I'm not sure that's what people would label us as, but today Scotland really been trying to move that ball out of the contact area, and just those small subtle passes making the defence have to double defend.
Here I don't want to over-egg the conditions, but handling is bound to be difficult with the rain we've had here, and yet you see very solid handling, showing their skills, keeping the ball alive. From the penalty, put the ball into touch. Another change for Spain here. On comes Larry Bianchi.
On the line. Time back on.
Ellis Martin, core duties as the hooker, throw into the line out and does well there, and the ball will be fed back to the replacement hooker. And Scotland driving, picking up momentum, the crowd getting behind the side, and Ellis Martin, the replacement hooker, goes over for the try. Scotland rewarded for all their hard work, and they go over for their 6th try of the evening.
Yeah, it's brilliant to see Ellis Martin going over there, and like you say, the accuracy of that line out and driving roll is exactly what we were maybe lacking in the first half a little bit. It's just that element of accuracy, and Emma Wassell, it's great to see her full reach, taking that ball at the top of the line out, nice and tight, and yeah, that ball was moving straight away. Spain really struggling to stop that, and just patience to get over the line.
Great accuracy by Scotland there. Every piece of the puzzle, a throw by the hooker, taking the middle of the line out. And well set at them all. Helen Nelson. It's a lovely kick by the Scottish fly half. The wrong side for the right-footed kicker. She adds the extras. Ellis Martin's try. It's a Scottish 6th try of the evening. Another replacement. Eva Donaldson comes on. Perhaps for Sarah Bonner. Scotland 36, Spain 5, with about 7 minutes left to play here at Hive Stadium in Edinburgh.
It's just been a little bit more ruthlessness from Scotland. Some great attack from set piece, and just been a lot more patient with ball in hand. And although we've seen the offloads, they've just been a bit more patient and gone through the phases, and all of the rugby has been played down the other end of the field so far.
As it took Scotland 30 minutes before they went over for that Sarah Bonner score. In that 40-minute spell since then, scored 6 tries. The target there was the newcomer Eva Donaldson. Free kick awarded Katie Mattinson. Takes the quick tap out to Helen Nelson. Catch that one as she would have hoped that it might work for her. That will roll into touch over on the far side of the pitch.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a miss hit, or if she was looking for that space for Liz Musgrove to run onto. But we'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she was putting that in space for Liz, who was herring after it.
Yes, perhaps I was a little unkind, but that's certainly what she will say, that she was trying to put it in front of Liz Musgrove on in the left wing for Francesca McGee, one of Scotland's 6 try scorers. Taken at the back of the Spanish line out, not the intended target, but away they go through Delgado. Been stolen by Scotland. Evie Gallagher and Rachel Malcolm in there acting as scrum half. Solid Spanish defence, keeping Scotland on their own 10-metre line. Katie Mattinson waiting on this one, coming back. Eventually has to go in and as a would-be forward.
Please,
the referee saying no advantage from that Spanish knock-on, and it will be a scrum feed to Scotland.
Yeah, Evie Gallagher was right in the thick of it there, forcing that knock on, and we've seen her strip the ball and turn over the breakdown historically, so you know that if a turnover's been forced or knock-on's been forced, she's likely to be in the thick of it.
Crouch! Bind! Sit! Stay high.
In and out of the Scottish scrum quickly. And they look to go wide. Chloe Rowley racing out the defensive line. There came Claudia Perez, shutting down that Scottish attack. Scotland now back just outside their own 22.
Hands away, yellow.
Katie Martinson
Back foot.
setting up the kick here. Calls in
Use it.
Eva Donaldson
Stay.
as a blocker.
Okay, all on
Sends
side.
that ball up over halfway, taken by Amalia Argudo. An excellent game this evening, the Spanish fullback. Quick hands there,
No hands!
not making any headway. It's that Scottish defence racing up again. Ball
Scrum
goes loose,
advantage.
hacked through. Good
Advance
work by
straight.
Lisa Thompson, GB7's player, and then kicked straight out into touch by Spain under a huge amount of pressure. Of course, play will come back in line with where that kick was made.
On the end of this line.
They'll throw into the line out for Scotland, and another good attacking opportunity for them.
A great attacking platform for Scotland here. Lisa Thompson again there, just putting the pressure on as soon as the ball goes to ground. She's looking for those 50-50s and looking to win those contests, getting her boots ball and just putting the ball through along the ground there and pressurising Spain to exit and resulting in their own line out.
Here goes Scotland again. Lisa Thompson crashing into contact, then Sarah Bonner still in the field of play. In fact, no, that was Rachel Malcolm. Apologies. Bonner has left the field. Scotland again inside the Spanish 22. Katie Martinson looking for runners. Gets Louise McMillan.
Penalty advantage.
Carried hard all evening. And Nelson absolutely hammered in contact there was Emma Orr.
Captain.
Referee not happy or something though. Double blast in the whistle.
Okay. Last time you're in this area, we have 2 penalties, and then we've got another one for offside, one for 22. Speak to them about discipline in this area. Got a mark for me. Save it this way.
The referee asking the Spanish captain to have a word with her team. Persistent penalties.
Okay. Time back on, you go back 10.
Indicates that time is back on. Penalty here to Scotland. Katie Martinson just chucks the ball in the direction of Helen Nelson, who will kick the ball out again and perhaps look to set up another line out drive.
Spain, take the line. Number 6. Stop there. On the line.
Just as that ball came in
Reset. On the
Ellis
line.
Martin. The referee blowing the whistle, she wasn't happy with that.
It's a nice touch on the boot from Hollywood there, controlling the ball. It was good.
You can see she's played before. And she's refereed the match well tonight. Ellis Martin finds Eva Donaldson in the middle, and once again that Scottish maul very well set. It's in the hands of Ellis Martin. He's forced to break away though.
Take it to ground by blue. No hands.
So good
No
Spanish
hands.
defence for now. Still on their own 5 metre line. Can Scotland put the icing on the cake here with a 7th try?
Penalty
Crowd getting
advantage,
behind
number
their side. The
10.
referee playing an advantage here. Rachel Malcolm waiting for the ball. The
Number
referee,
10.
she's going to give a yellow card. She did warn Spain for
Yeah,
persistent
number 20.
infringements. And she's lost patience with about 10 seconds left on the
Number
clock.
20, offside.
So Spain down to 14 players. Scotland call for a scrum.
Yeah, it's those repeated infringements in this area of the park of,
Guys, Mark's in
like you said, Hollywood there, the referee just losing patience, and she had warned the Spanish players and told her captain to go and have a word with them, but another infringement in this area, and Scotland up for the scrum because they've just lost one of their forwards.
Ines Bueso in Chow State, in fact the fly half who's been shown the yellow card. I thought it was one of the forwards as well. One last chance then for Scotland. Let's see, Rona Lloyd working way out to this right touchline. Can she add to her first half score? And forwards just keep it at the feet of the number 8. Oh, it's out to Rona Lloyd, dragged down. It's a good tackle by her opposite number, bounces back to her feet though. Spain look to keep this ball up off the deck, and they've done so, won the turnover.
Yeah, Rona just putting a hand up there, acknowledging that maybe wasn't the best decision from her, but you know, she great ability to bounce to her feet and continue to carry the momentum, but she just lost her fellow teammates in doing that, and meant that Spain could get underneath her and hold her up.
Spain in the scrum feed. A power comes on from the Scottish 8. Spain clear that ball under a huge amount of pressure.
Spin touch.
Does make its way into touch, and with that, no time for the line out. The referee, Hollywood, blows for full time. Warm applause from the crowd for the Scottish side. Taking 30 minutes to really get into their stride. 6 tries, an excellent performance. And Scotland with a 36 points to 5 win.
I think Scotland will be pleased with their second half performance there. They managed to tighten things up in attack and had a lot fewer errors than they had in the first half, and fewer penalties as well, but they'll be looking to rectify that going into World XV in terms of coming out the blocks quickly.
Spain, who opened the scoring, Justina Blanco 15 minutes into this game. So it took Scotland 30 minutes to get into their stride. And the first try of the match scored by Sarah Bonner. We spoke about the effort that she put in to work her way across from the line out all the way out to the left wing to score that try, and she caught your eye as probably the key player on the pitch tonight.
She did. She had a fantastic game, I think, all around the park. At line-out time, she stole opposition line-outs. You know, she line breaking through the middle of the pitch and working hard to score that try in the corner and looking for work. She's battled back from injury, missing out on playing in the TikTok Women's Six Nations, along with a handful of other players. So it's great to see her making her return.
So our player of the match is Sarah Bonner, the Scottish second row. Sarah Bonner somewhere in the middle of the huddle of Scottish players. So let's have a look at the second half action. There's 3 tries for Scotland either side of half time. Sarah Bonner, Rona Lloyd and Meryl Smith with the first half tries. Let's have a look at the second half action.
Yeah, it was again another great set play from the scrum, and Francesca McGee getting her hands on the ball and accelerating in the way that we know she can, and finishing in the corner, but the ball went through sort of Evie Gallagher's hands into Emma Orr's, and yeah, Francesca McGee finishing on the wing.
Brilliant play by Emma Orr to get her hands free, as you say. Francesca McGee didn't have an awful lot of room to play with.
She didn't, but she didn't need it. She really, really backed herself, and yeah, the little fend just to brush off the Spanish defence that were coming across.
And Emma Orr was rewarded with a try of her own from the scrum.
Yeah, it's really great to see Scotland playing with the advantage here and seeing if they can get a score, and it paid off. Emma just cutting back on the inside of Helen Nelson there, and she goes through almost untouched, but again just brushing off those Spanish players as she goes under to score.
Let's have another look at it from a different angle. It went to Nelson, and I think that was perhaps Lisa Thompson running, dragging the Spanish defence off to the right, and caught unawares as Emma Orr put back inside on the switch. And then the final try, Ellis Martin, replacement hooker.
Yeah, it's really clinical line out from Scotland. Spain didn't go up to compete, and they stayed down to defend them all, but they just weren't able to stop the momentum that Scotland got nice and early. You can see they got really, really tight in their setup. Ball transferred to Ellis Martin at the back, and she dotted down, but it was the hard work of the whole pack there.
Just confirmation on your screen of our player of the match, Sarah Bonner. Took us a while to find her in that throng of Scottish players, but she really did have an impressive evening back in that number 5 jersey.
She did. She was energetic. You could see that she was just hungry to be out there and playing rugby for Scotland, and I think sometimes time away from the game does sort of breed that into you. Not that she needs it, she's an energetic character, but yeah, she had a fantastic game, like I say, at line out time, and also in open play, looking for work and line breaking through the middle. She's got a turn of pace, and she found herself on the wing to dot down in the corner as well, so a complete performance from her. I'm sure she'll be pleased with that.
Well, Jenny, thank you very much for your input tonight. Both teams now look forward to the new WXV tournament, a really exciting development in the women's game. Scotland travelling to South Africa, take part in the Tier 2 competition, where they'll face South Africa, USA and Japan. And Spain, they will take part in the third tier of the competition out in Dubai. They will play Kenya, Fiji and Ireland. We'll be treated to a fantastic game of rugby this evening at Hive Stadium in Edinburgh, and it was Scotland who came out on top by 36 points to 5. I hope you enjoyed our coverage. From all of us here, thank you for watching.